Hey guys and girls, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of Major Nature Season 1. Now today guys, quickly before we get into this episode, I know I always end up having something new to put into this sort of series and stuff like that. But today I've kind of come with an idea that I want to do, just kind of really help out this series and be able to do 2 or 3 different designs of an exhibit for the same creature. So for example, say if I have this zebra exhibit, I want more than just that. For the rhino exhibit, I want more than just that for the rhinos. I want a specific section, say a savanna area, for all of them to go in. So that's why, to hurry that up so I can actually get round to that, so we actually have time, so I'm not dragging this out to about 500-600 episodes, and we can get on Season 2, we can make new worlds, stuff like that. Obviously we're very much still new in the process, but you know, there's still plenty to do. But anyway, as I was saying, what I want to do is pretty much be able to do one miniature exhibit that I do off camera and one large exhibit I do off camera. For example, I did this little miniature exhibit for the Lyre birds. I still have some more I want to place in here. As you guys can see, there are a ton of Lyre birds in here. And obviously that is kind of the miniature exhibit. And then we move over to this exhibit here, which is going to be, for today, the Toucan exhibit. So we just simply need to add in the carpenter's door, which is there. Let's move that along, move that there, we'll place that in there. There we go, boom. So yeah, this is pretty much more or less what it is. I mean, that's quite simple. This is what it is. This is a Toucan exhibit. It's a very simple exhibit. Definitely the most simplistic build out of these two here. This one here is probably my favourite, I'd say, because it's got a nice little waterfall. It's nicely shaped. It took me quite a while to do. This one's my second favourite build because it's got the cassowary in and it's quite a nice little build. And then we move around to this one, which I'm not a massive fan of. Personally, I'm going to end up doing a bit more work off camera to obviously make it a lot better. I think we've got some fish in here, haven't we? Well, we had some fish in here. Okay, well we had fish in here. Not too sure what happened to them. But there's now no fish in here, so no idea what happened there. Anyway, what we're going to quickly do is move. Do I have a bucket of what I do that's going to work out perfectly in the long run? There we go, and then just take that out. And then what we're going to very quickly do is just make sure that this goes right to the edge. And that is pretty much all we're actually going to need to do for the rest of this exhibit, bar fill in the last few sections, just like that. Now what we need to do is obviously, what's the blue fish actually look like? Oops, push it in there, fall into there, go in. Okay, there we go. We're just going to hash some blue fish, which I have no idea about, nor what they do. Hatching soon. Okay. I'm looking, and I'm waiting. I want to know what it actually looks like. Oh, right. So, right. Okay. So the hatched creature will be lost for losing. Alright. So, yeah, then we have the toucan eggs. You know, I'm not really too bothered about the blue fish. So, the idea is, I don't care for the pet's name, to be honest. Let's call it Bluefish. There you go. We now have a pet called Bluefish. So yeah, the idea is, what I want to do is very nicely hatch in hopefully 3 toucans. 2. You might want to move out the way, guys. Right, 3, 4, that's even better. If we can get a total of 6, that'll be just as good. 6, 7, 8. We ended up getting 8 toucans. That's actually quite good. So you know, when they're flying about in the trees and whatnot, it'll always look good. But if we take a quick look out, you know what? When we have toucans actually flying around, it's gonna look very, very nice to work with. Because we're going flying around in the treetops, kind of hung up there. Maybe we might even make some, you know, some of the sort of nest type things. We might make a few of them and stick them in the top of the trees for added effect. I do want to build another toucan exhibit, but inhabit, you know, some other birds into it, also some different, you know, bits and bobs into it, just so we can, you know, create a bit of a nicer area, if I'm honest. If we can just, you know, make it look a lot nicer. I've got a few ideas of what I want it to look like in terms of adding the cassowary in, the toucan in, the lyre bird, and a few other different types of species. Definitely the kingfisher, which I'd like to do. I think we have 2 eggs there. Yeah, we do. I want to kind of mix it all into one and make a really nice area with kind of, it's like a massive aviary build with different diverse areas. So we have a jungle, savanna. They'd all mix and cohabit into one another, and therefore it would look rather nice in the long term. But I do like the toucans as they are. What I might actually do, do I have 1 jungle sapling. That's perfect. I have 8 eggshells as well. Hopefully that'll be enough to hatch it. There we go. And then what we're going to do is very nicely chop down the tree. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm actually going to use the logs to then form a bit like if you had a parrot, for example, you'd have like kind of a bit of like a mini branch, or kind of like a stick that would go across that it'd sit on. I want to do something like that for the toucans, so they actually have somewhere relatively nice to sit on. Yada yada yada. Now, what I do want to do is hop over to here. What we're going to do is we're going to work from this point here. We're going to have a few just coming out in different areas, like so. What we're going to actually do with this one is something a little bit different. We're going to have that one go across, like so. So it looks like that. And then we'll have one just, you know, just one sticking out of that tree. Perfect. I think I like that one the most. Yeah, I like that. So then when they're flying around, you know, they decide they want to land, there is a decent area for them to do so. And I'm hoping when, you know, when they start to fly, they'll actually use that appropriately. But yeah, guys, apart from that, there isn't really much else to do. Now, in terms of this episode, it was always going to be a quick one. Now, I have got a few more minutes left. I'd like to, you know, take your time up just while we go around and have a look at things for kind of suggestions on what needs doing and what we need to do next for the entirety of, you know, this series in general, anything else that's going on. What do we need to do to sort of, you know, just improve the series? That is pretty much it. Just what else is there to improve the series? You know what, while we do that, we're going to hatch a few more lyre birds. Now the lyre birds are a nightmare when it comes to hatching. I'm not going to lie. They're an absolute diddly dong nightmare. Is there still some up on here? I'm hoping there is. There isn't. Oh, they've all fallen down. Oh no, there's still one up here. This is what we're going to do. This is what I've been doing recently. We've been kind of just, you know, and we're kind of putting some up here so it looks quite nice. I am going to build a stairwell. Hopefully a staircase using hopefully some acacia trees so they can climb up here and, you know, vegetate around the top of here. See what can go on, and I just want it to, you know, look as natural as possible, and this is why I love this exhibit at the minute. But apart from that, guys, I'm not going to lie, that is pretty much the episode. So I need to know, guys, in the comments section, the main thing I'm kind of worried about is you guys, you know, losing interest because we're not doing big enough animals. So one thing I'm going to do is we're going to have a section of primary and secondary animals. So we're going to have, obviously, we're going to leave it up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you what the primary and secondary animals are. The primary ones are kind of, you know, the exhibits we're going to build off camera, so it's going to be the larger projects. So say if you told me to build an exhibit for a lion, for example, that would go in the primary because, you know, it's a big, well-known, common animal. So that's what we'd do. I'd build a massive lion enclosure off camera, make it look really, really good, really nice, really good. Really top quality, and then we'd have a secondary animal such as, you know, a type of bird, for example. So say maybe a kingfisher, for example. We'd have one of them just thrown in there, and the title would be called Lion and Kingfisher or something like that. And pretty much, you know, we'd build the kingfisher enclosure on camera, but I'd also show you what I've done with the lion enclosure off camera, so we can get an awful lot of builds in, purely down to how many there actually are and how many, you know, things need doing. Pretty much that is everything. I need to know, guys, your thoughts, your opinions on that. What do you guys think's going on? Make sure to let me know, and I'll see what I can come up with. But apart from that, guys, there isn't really too much else to discuss. Now, the next episode will either be out of the Lion. Wait, have we got? You know what? It'll be whatever you guys want it to be. Let me know down in the comment section below which animal do you guys want to see. Obviously, let me know. I'll see what I can do, see what I can muster up and pull off. But apart from that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you did. Obviously, subscribe for more content if you haven't already. And if you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to let me know down in the comment section so I can welcome you appropriately to the new channel. But apart from that, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.